What's up, all my real life traders? This is Yates with another game changer, RLT afternoon room every day, 5 Eastern on Zoom. Let's dive in and see the R's being made, traders getting paid, using our market knowledge for RLT, the stock market college. We're teaching technical analysis, eliminating fear of market paralysis, enriching lives around the nation where every day is a vacation. When you're doing what you love, following a higher call from above. And without further ado, let's dive into it, crew. What's going on, team? Welcome to your Thursday afternoon room with me, Yates, on the mic, joining you today. And it looks like tomorrow. What's up, Jonathan Wage? How are you doing? What's up, Rhea? What's up, Mike? Hey, team. Hildy, how you doing? Awesome to see everyone here. Good to have everyone here. Good to be on the mic. Oh, what's up, Sammy? What's up, Albert? What a day in the markets it was. Good stuff. Loving it. I'm glad you guys could all make it. I've been slightly amiss from the markets for a little while as my daughter was born last Friday. So didn't do a ton of trading, and I'm just kind of hopping into things the last couple of days. But it feels weird when you're not watching the markets for me, since I do it every single day. It's kind of like, hey, I wonder what's going on. And I don't even like to pull up my phone and look because I didn't even take a week off. That's correct, Jack. Not even a week. I'm back. I'm back today and tomorrow. But you know, an hour or two worth of work a day, that's not so bad. Yeah, I checked out all the markets, did some reviews for the last few hours, and I'm here now, did a little bit of trading. So that's kind of why we do this. Thanks, Mike. Thanks so much. We do this so that we do have some time freedom. We can make our own schedules. We can be with family when we need to be and when we want to be. So yeah, awesome. So good to be here with you guys today. So let's dive into the markets. Man, it seems like the only thing that was needed was just a dollar getting born, and we just moon Lambo this thing. So just have me miss out on a couple of these swing trades you guys set up, and things just wreck and go higher. So I love it. Accounts are looking good. Things are going up. It's a good time. So this is the SPY. We did put in another new all-time high today with a little bit of a high wave candle here. I mean, this just points to all things bullish. If there is a pullback, buy it. This trend is just relentless. If we go back to the weekly, it's just keeping moving higher here. We do have small dips down into the 20s, so possibly we'll get one of those, but I don't think it's going to be super easy to time. So just the trend is your friend. Go with the trend here. And I think the SPY dips are going to be viable here for a little while. So things are going up if you look at the SPY. So let's look at here at the Qs, QQQs. Qs had a nice day, a nice close today. We closed above both candles yesterday. We had an inside day yesterday. Then we had this little bearish candle on June 8th. So we closed above both of those. Probably going to be making a new all-time high here on the SPY pretty shortly. So watch for that. Possibly sell some covered calls on your positions that are tracking the QQQs, and just see if we get a little bit of a pullback after we do break higher. So I like that. Some nice volume today. Qs are looking strong. The IWM did pull back a little bit today, which makes sense. We did run up into this resistance. We didn't quite make an all-time high on that one. So we are just going to probably pull back. We'll probably hit the 10 at least and possibly grind higher here. This is a nice little breakout of this resistance here. So we'll see what the IWM can do. But we could, I mean, this is absolutely a channel here. So we are channeling in this area. If we don't break out, if we do kind of break down here, look to buy down in the 215 area and then play that channel. So we'll see how that one plays out. I think probably we're just retesting and just judging from the other indices and judging from stocks, we will make a little bit of another high before we do something else, but we will see what happens on that one. So the DIA was down a little bit. We are just kind of chopping. I mean, we're sitting at all-time highs again on the Dow, and we have the fourth bearish candle in a row. If we can break up above these, I think that could be a nice, strong move, and we could see some new all-time highs from the Dow as well. But realistically, if we do just chill here for a little while, we do have this double bottom here. We could easily chill before moving higher. So just watch for that, and we can be bullish on all of the indices at the moment. So Let's dive into the stocks here. RIOT is the first one on the list. RIOT had an awesome hammer that we put in on, what was that day? That would be Friday? No, Monday? Yes. So really good hammer. If you played that one, good job. Congratulations. Put in a nice wick below some of these, some of the support here. So I do like RIOT in this area. You are, again, kind of trying to call the bottom on some of these. And it also is up since this low. We're up about 60%. That's a decent amount. We could, if we break above this 50, I think we come into 40. So just watch that one, try to buy a pullback. You could try to play this hammer again by setting up a limit buy somewhere in this region or possibly off of the 20 or the 10. We do have some resistance above, but resistance is meant to be broken. So possibly playing something like this, or you could even play 2 entries if you're looking at RIOT, something down here. So these would be limit buys, buy, and your stop here. So I won't be taking this trade. If you're watching for hammers and you missed this hammer, that could be a way that you play the hammer on this one. So RIOT possibly coming a little bit back to life after this gigantic sell-off that kind of crushed it for a couple of months. So we'll see what happens with that one. WEN, Wendy's with a monster gap up. I didn't look at the earnings or anything. Gigantic hammer. I mean, that one's clearly going to sell off at some point. We can't just gap up. What was this gap actually? It's such a good gap though. Gapped up 20. Well, it gapped up 18%, ran up 27%, and now we're down 18%. Meme stock, WSD. Okay, they pumped it. Interesting. It's interesting that Wendy's, yeah, I mean, I haven't looked at Wendy's in a long time. They released a square salad. I like that. Getting those chicken tendies. Honestly, if you're still trying to play this one, I mean, we've just been moving sideways for, I don't know, since 2019 until we did break out here. If you do look at some of the stocks like iRobot, some of these that pumped really hard, they do just tend to sell off and stay down, and they do kind of chop around in this region for a while and maybe make another move higher. But if you were buying kind of off of this resistance here and then on a gap fill, not too bad. Technically, the technical analysis on that one definitely adds up. So just keep an eye on that one if you're liking Wendy's. If you're in Wendy's, hopefully you sold on this gap up. I mean, you had this nice consolidation, this little triangle. We broke out of that hard, ran, and then, yeah, we're going to sell off, probably fill this gap, and then just continue doing what Wendy's does, which is moving directly sideways and not a whole lot. But over time, it's definitely gone up. So if you're in this for the long term, if you get free Frosties, every time they do a free Frosty day, if you get pay for Frosties, maybe buy a little bit of Wendy's. So yeah, looking meme stocky. Yeah, that is for sure. So GTT is looking like it is only heading directly down. We did get a little bit of a pop, and that one did sell off when we ran into the 200 simple moving average. What's up, George? How are you doing? So this one possibly is could move again. We haven't really broken out above that 200 in a long time. And even when we did, it was very short-lived on this thing. So I'd be very, very careful taking this long. It would not surprise me for it just to kind of keep coming down. This was kind of this is our breakout of the 200. If we do look at it on a bigger time frame, we could possibly move up into this 266 region, or this 699, excuse me, 699 region. So just kind of huge volume on this as well. Telecom going to get distributed by Starlink. Yes, I mean, that's a news play. We'll see actually how that one turns out. We are just, possibly we're bottoming, but when it's a chart like this, I don't really like going bullish on it. You could do a small absolute zero position if you wanted to get into it. But realistically, for the last 2 years, it's been nothing but just get wrecked all day long. So yeah, just be cautious with this one. Keep your stops pretty wide. It can definitely move on some news here, but if you are playing this one, this gap fill or back down here at 160, trying to play it up into that 699 region would be decent play. So that's my thoughts on there. All right, we have MU. MU is looking pretty good here on the daily. If we get above this high wave candle, if we do break down, I think we're going to continue to break down on MU. So this one's going to be determinant on the next couple of days. Keep your eye out for it. If we do gap down on this one as well, that could be a nice play. Gap up above this wick could be pretty nice for a bullish move. So MU is going to be decided here over the next couple of days what it does. I think we could easily move a little bit lower on this one and start to channel and start to just move sideways here on MU. If you do have long shares, if we break below here, possibly get into some protection, and then you can buy that back for a little bit of a win if we get down in this 75 area, or even 72 if you want to buy it all the way down there. So that's kind of my thoughts on MU. We did have a huge run up on that one, and moving down into the 75 region again before we actually do move higher makes a lot of sense to me. So that would be good. I have this weird bar over here on the left side of my screen, and I don't know how I added it there, but it's kind of weird. Oh well, it's probably not bothering you guys, and I don't know how to get rid of it. So a little bit of white screen over there. So let's look at ZIM. ZIM is just going straight up. It is crushing it. We on the, let's see, let me pull up the weekly on this one. Weekly on this one is just straight up, and we haven't hit the 10. I thought we might have hit the 10 back here with that hammer, but we didn't. So I'd look for to buy pullbacks on this one. This one does look good. Any pullback for now seems viable until it tells us otherwise. And I would be taking some at this all-time high if I do have a position in it right now. If you're wanting to buy it, possibly buying it in this 41 region, looks good to me. And then you could buy it again if it gets back down into this 49.75 region to see if you could beat the trap on that one. Nice, decent-ish Morningstar reversal here. Not the best, not super great. We didn't really close above here, but it looks okay. So we'll see if we can push higher on this one and keep making this all-time highs and keep up with this just rocket ship of a bullish trend. So that is ZIM, integrated shipping. CHWY, I did not look at their results. I know they had earnings today, and we're just holding. So I would assume they did decently on the earnings, and they're just kind of holding this bullish candle. If it does, if they did have good earnings, which I think I saw, I think Robert was talking about it in here. So surprise beat on CHWY, conservative guidance possibly, he says. So we'll see. Without looking at those, I don't know exactly what they are. If the guidance is a big thing in this market, so if they did guide down or didn't have the guidance that we wanted to see, that's, especially with high inflation, that is hurting companies right now. Companies are needing to guide up and crush earnings in order to get a big boost on the stock price. So we will see what happens with that one in the morning. But if it does hold up nicely, that could be a good buying area to buy anywhere kind of in this anywhere in this 74, 75 region could be a good buy. I will note, we did just come in, we hit our head right on this 200 on the daily. So we could sell off a little bit and buy it back down to the 72 region where this nice little double bottom is down here. So if you're buying it down here, we could see a retest of that neckline before moving higher. So watch for that one. I think that would be a great buying spot. Just lines up with all this resistance here. That would look good to me on CHWY. So looks good. Let's see. The next one is GOEV. I actually do not know anything about this one. Never looked at this stock before. And then electric canoes. This one, okay. I've heard Jeremy look at this stock, and it's just never registered on board me. It's so ridiculous. I mean, it's probably pretty cool. I mean, electric bikes are sweet, so why not an electric canoe? I don't know. Could be cool. Electric car parts. All right, there you go. Seems more reasonable, but I don't know if it was electric canoes. Is it though? I don't know. I don't know who's being serious in my chat pane here. I have no idea what's going on. Possibly I need more sleep. Anyway, all right, moving on. It's just called Canoes. You kind of had my hopes up. I thought that'd be a pretty cool company, and I was wondering why we had such a downtrend because I could rock an electric canoe. New baby brain. Yeah, come on. I believe in everything. I believe in all these cool stories. They probably make some paddle boards with motors, some canoes with motors. They make all the things on the water with motors, which are way better than paddling yourself. So, of course, this stock would be the reverse of this stock straight up if that were the case, but it's not. So no, Jonathan, it's not electric canoes, but I'm glad someone else believed us. All right, now that we're done with that, we did smash into this 100 and this 200, and we're selling off a little bit. So you're really trying to pick the bottom on this one. We had a huge volume candle right here, and we gapped up and sold off. So if we close below that one, not the best look. We probably will trade back down a little bit, probably try to buy this one a little bit lower, maybe 780, somewhere in that region before trying to get it back up to that area. We did fill this gap as well. So we did gap down over here, retest gap. This filled it completely the last 2 days, and we're moving lower. So until they start making electric canoes, I will not be buying GOEV. All right, let's take a look at Zillow. So Zillow is just chopping sideways. It's one that hasn't really shown us some bullishness over the last few days like some other companies have. This was one that I know Jeremy was shorting a little bit. We didn't quite run up into this 200. That was where I had an area to buy some more puts. I do have long shares on Zillow on a longer term play. And so I'm just kind of adding to those and accumulating slowly as we move sideways. We did have this ridiculous run up here that was a, let's see, 61% gain on that one. So yeah, it needs to slow down a little bit. We'll move sideways. We do need to get back above these 100 and 200 in order to kind of start making some progress on Zillow. So we'll see on that one. I think it is a good place to just start adding small. I think some of my dollar cost averages on this one are like 95 and 100. So I'm just going to keep adding in small amounts as we move lower on it. But Z comparatively to a lot of these things is to a lot of these other tech companies that we're looking at is a little bit weak, and they're kind of a hybrid tech company. So not just tech. Just catching up with this cap pain. So we're still talking about electric surfboards. So that's a cooler company. There you go. All right, PFE, Pfizer. Pfizer had 2 awesome candles. Really good close on this one today. We will see what it does tomorrow. We are running right into some resistance on this. So we do have this pretty strong resistance here. If we do sell off, possibly buying anywhere in here, any of those 3 areas would be good. And just have your stop possibly down here or right there if you're a little less conservative, a little more aggressive, I should say. So just look to buy the dip on this one. Really good looking candles. We do have some increasing volume on this one, so I would want it to dip more. I would be more inclined to buy this one probably around this 40 something. Yeah, this one does have a really good hammer on it. So this hammer play worked out perfectly. This hammer, let me see here. Did this break? The low on this is 38.48, and the low on this is 38.40. Okay, so on the weekly here, oh, we don't have quite a tweezer bottom, I don't think. Low, we do. It doesn't look like it. Those look different, but yeah. So tweezer bottom on the weekly on Pfizer, definitely a good place to put your stop if you are buying any of these dips back in the 39.50 region or the 40 region, and have your stop below that tweezer bottom. So Pfizer could be good play. I like that. It's looking really strong. I like the gap up today. It is a bullish retest gap. So let it retest a little bit, then get in and see if we can break out above this level. So Pfizer's looking nice. Looking good. So DKNG, DraftKings. DraftKings did break through this 200 with a nice bullish candle. That does have some volume a couple days ago. We're retesting that a little bit. We have not gotten quite down to the 50% mark, which is actually, if I was adding to DraftKings, that's probably where I would want to buy this thing, is probably right here. So if I was buying it right off this 10, which is right, that was a bad drawing. If I'm just buying it right off of here and I have my stop probably right there, I like this one. You can take it up into this 200 moving average on there. So I think that DraftKings is setting up nicely. We had just some nice increasing volume right here on this. I'm not sure what day that was. But it looks good. It looks bullish. If you're in DraftKings, the day to sell a covered call was June 8th. I was slightly busy that day, so I didn't. I am in some DraftKings. So if we do break above these two little bullish candles, I will be selling covered calls if we get up into this 57 region. So DraftKings showing a little bit of life to anyone in it. And if you're wanting to get in this thing, just try to buy a little bit of a pullback if we get down to this 51 level. So we will be breaking the 200 just a little bit. But the 200 is, we probably will break down a little bit more before we ramp up higher for sure. So that would be just a quick little swing trade on this one. So DraftKings looking good, showing some life. All right. BLDR, builder first source. Okay. This one actually had a really good gap up yesterday. This had a retest gap, and we are filling that gap. So if you are wanting to get into this one, I do really like something like this. You are really trying to call the bottom on this one. So if you have a, let's see, how could we probably will move a little bit lower. If we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we could possibly come back into this 200. So I might want to wait for that. We do have some volume on this candle. So if we get above that, it'd be better. So I would probably hang tight on this one for a little bit if you're not in. It also has a nice little baby hammer that didn't quite break this March 25th low. So possibly if we break down this hammer a little bit and we retest some, that one will look pretty good. So be a little bit patient on this one. Oh, too far. Be a little patient on this one, and I think it could shape up nicely here in the coming weeks or so. How much did this one sell off from the high? We're down about 25%. So we certainly could be the bouncing spot, but I think we'll need to move sideways a little bit before we move higher. This could be the start of double bottom where we move up, something like that. So watch for that one. This one is in a nice upward trend. That is the trend I want to see when I am buying a retest. So looking good on BLDR. I like that. I'm going to keep my eye on that stock for a swing trade, especially if we get down into the 39 level. That's actually where I will set up an alert. Usually on stocks like this that I don't play a lot, I will just set up alerts like this and stay crossing, hit save, and there we go. I don't really have to pay attention to this thing until I get an email that says BLDR in the area you want to buy it. Let me actually move that up a little bit. Perfect. Looks good. All right. Autodesk. Autodesk is in a gigantic triangle here, and we will see what way we break out on this one. Earnings are in a while. We have all the way till August 31st for earnings, and I mean, this one is in a triangle of all triangles. This thing, I mean, it doesn't get much more triangle-y. Yeah, that's definitely a word. I didn't just make that up right now. So it is. It's an electric desk, actually, Sammy. They sell electric desks, so I'm not sure what that means, but it's the craze. You don't want to have to put gas in your desk here. It's really annoying. Yeah, I mean, I think hopefully we can break out of this thing bullish at some point soon in the future. If we do break down, I don't think we're going to get a huge, gigantic sell-off. Probably looking to buy it maybe around this 262 level. But this could, on a bigger time frame, if you do scroll out on this one, look at it for a while. If you do look at it, we do have some room down to go into this 240 level. So this level on the weekly would be a more longer term buying region. So yeah, I like it. It's it's good to break one way or another. It kind of has to, right? I mean, how small can we get that triangle before it's gonna break out? Pretty small. Ticker TTD. Yeah, those are the electric desks I like the best. The TTD desks. They make the best kind of electric desks. But these are auto, so I mean, you don't have to do anything. It's just automatic desking. So yeah. If you're watching the recording, none of the things I'm saying about this company are true. So yeah, there you go. GMBL. Let's take a look at that one. The analysis is true. Just they don't make desks. Perfect. GMBL is just running up into this 100. We had just an immense run up here for a little while on GMBL of 215%. So we are selling off and we did bounce. Will this turn into a double bottom with a lower low right here? Probably not. I don't think so. But I think it could certainly channel here, come down, and then move higher. I would think that would be a more probable pattern of this. Missed me twice today. So you were day trading this one. If we get a move up above this candle, that would be the play I'm looking for on a swing trade. Are you playing this hammer right here? Yeah, I mean so the only reason I'm not a huge fan of this hammer is just because it is just a hammer into the 200 after a 70% move. So I would want a little bit more of a pullback or some sideways action, a few inside candles. So if we can pull back into this 1169 region, 1219. Yeah, I mean, so I do like that area. That is nice. So right here, you're looking kind of to buy half of that wick off the 10. You do have this resistance right here, some over here. I do like that play for sure. It is a little bit more on the aggressive side, kind of probably stop down here. This one, it's had a big run up. Could we easily get up to this wick right here, 100%, and that would be a nice little trade. So I would keep that open for one more day, and if it didn't fill you tomorrow, and we got an inside day, I would probably move it down even a little bit lower and see if you can get that retest and move lower. So, but decent looking chart on that one. Nice hammer. We'll have to see what it does with today's candle and see if we break above that high of today. So looking good. Nice work, Mike. Netflix. Netflix is another one that is more on the weak side. It is just dropping sideways since July. Not a lot going on. Will this double bottom actually work? We have this little baby double bottom right here. And so this would be, if you're accumulating Netflix, this would be where to do it. So we do have this double bottom, which I like. We did kind of break down again. So on a bigger time frame, is this our double bottom right here? Maybe, yeah. I think this would be some resistance for it and we can move higher. I think we're gonna have to be patient with Netflix. Netflix did run up a good amount and it's a pretty strong gap down on here. We haven't filled that gap like I was hoping it would. It tends to fill gaps pretty quickly. So if this doesn't fill, we could just keep moving a little bit lower on Netflix. We do have Disney and Amazon and all this other competition nowadays. So people aren't as hyped on Netflix as they once were. So we're going to have to watch this one. If we do, this one could be a good one for some bull put spreads, some iron condors, because we have just done a lot of sideways movement and we're not doing a whole lot right now. We got a decent volume candle today, breaking down this candle. If we do move up higher for a day trade, that could be nice. So keep an eye on Netflix. Overall, sideways is the direction to be taking it. I would not try to buy a big amount down here at this 480 level. It is going to take a while. So Netflix, take a look at LULU. LULU, again, is another one that's moving pretty sideways over the last, I don't know, many months, about 12 months or so. We're in about basically the exact same price we were 12 months ago. And we are just moving nice and sideways. I mean, super similar chart as Netflix. I think they do the same things. Streaming yoga pants. I don't know what's the difference. Nice little double bottom here. Actually, it made a nice little double bottom here. Retest the neckline, moved higher into the 200, and now we're just consolidating sideways. So if we do break up above, could be looking good on LULU. I've watched that one for a long. It is you can't short yoga pants. I'd be more inclined to short Netflix than I would LULU. LULU's looking really good. It never broke down this March 5th hammer. Just kind of has been chugging on higher, just trucking along. So I like it. Yeah, never be bearish on yoga pants. It is a bullet. Yoga pants and whatever restoration hardware sells and Sam Adams beer are just the most bullish things in the world. So never short them. All right. Whitney Weiser approved. Exactly. Fiverr. Fiverr is looking good here. I do like Fiverr. Right here, I have a little bit of Fiverr, and it is making a higher high. If we do keep moving up, it is looking really nice. So we have this. If we zoom in, we have this bullish retest gap that we did retest, and we are on the 10. We have some moving averages that are consolidated. The 200 and the 20 are all right here. So could we easily get a move up into this 224 region? Absolutely. If you're playing this one, I would probably have I would look to be entering possibly a limit there and have my stop maybe down here and then my target up here. That would be the general thoughts on that one. Although if we do get some kind of gap up on this one, gaps up above there, definitely play it bullish up into this 200. But I think Fiverr, it did have a huge run up. It sold off decently, but it's staying pretty strong. It's not quite as strong as Upwork is right now, but it's looking pretty good. So I like where it's at. I like how these moving averages are consolidating around it, this 10, this 20, and this 200. So Fiverr's good looking also on the weekly. You do have some resistance here, but this hammer is very pretty looking on Fiverr. The last time we had these hammers, this one worked out well. This one possibly stopped you out here, moved higher. So hammers tend to work well. We had this hammer on the 5th of April that did break down and would have stopped you out. But Fiverr in general, strong, be bullish, buy the dip. If we do come back down into this 178 region, that is another area to be adding if you're in this one on the longer term. And that would be kind of this neckline retest of this double bottom right here. So I'm buying that one, and it looks nice. So Wix was ridiculous hammer. If you play hammers and your hammer scanner didn't give you this one right here on May 17th, you need to fire that scanner and hire a new one. Such a good hammer. We have some huge bearish volume, and we are closing above it in the last couple of days and moving higher. We do have some overhead resistance, obviously. However, this one is looking pretty bullish. Nice recovery. It trapped everyone with this. We had these breakdown of all of these candles right here, and everyone just freaked out. Thought this thing was going to zero on May 12th, May 13th, and said it was the scariest stock in the world to buy. The company is basically bankrupt, horrible. Get out while you can. And we didn't go any lower after we put in this hammer, and we've just been chugging higher. So nice targets would be up in this 300 range, and then look for it to possibly channel or just keep breaking out. I mean, this one, because it trapped everyone here. All these people are just having such FOMO. It's definitely one to watch closely. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for being here. Have a good night. Yes, it's definitely one to watch closely, just because all these people just got super trapped. Everyone went short here, and now we just did close above all those people. Nice bullish candle today. If we can keep moving higher, I like Wix on this little move. So a lot of people still could be seeing this double top and saying, well, this is just the retest of the neckline, and we're still going to zero. So if we do keep moving higher, well, those people will be proved wrong. So we'll have to see what it does. But I like that. I like that pattern. I like that ridiculous trap. You can see it also on the weekly, how we just kind of ran right below down in this 213 region and just never looked back. So stopped out all the people whose stops are in 240. So nice chart. I like it. Let's see what it does. CRM showing a little bit of bullishness. It has woken up possibly. We did break out of this trend line here that we have on CRM. There was this trend line and we have broken out, put in a nice hammer last week right there. So this one's looking strong. Oh, let me clear that. So I sold some 260 calls for June on this one against some positions. And I think those will be safe. I mean, that is a ways away for CRM to move. There aren't any earnings or anything coming up on that one. So I think it'll be okay. But we possibly will retest this neckline. We are creating a double bottom on the weekly. So if we do move up and we come back down a little bit, that one is looking strong. So let's zoom into the daily a little bit. The daily, today we did put in a nice bullish engulfing candle. We did fill this gap perfectly and have moved higher from there. So I think, I don't know which afternoon room I was doing, but I think I said watched it for this one to fill this gap and then move higher, and it did to almost a penny. I mean, what an awesome gap fill. I really like that play if you did play that. I didn't. I'm already in CRM. So that was an excellent opportunity to pick up a little bit around that 229 region. Looks great. Nice move. We do have pretty much all the moving averages are now in our favor on this one on the daily, and we also have the weekly moving averages in our favor as well. So hey, I got rid of that weird line. So this one looks good, and be bullish, buy the dips. CRM has been in a gigantic possible flag pattern on the weekly, and it is possibly breaking out of that. Looking good. Just it does take its time, so you don't have to rush and get in all at once. Just be patient, dip your toes in, look for it to possibly move back down to this 234 region, buy a little, or you could be kind of aggressive with the swing and play 238 and buy half this candle today and see if we can break out and get up to this 250s. That would be magnificent. So love it. Looks good. That's a nice candle. Yeah, it's a great looking candle. I like it. I like everything about this CRM chart. Like there's nothing not to like if you are bullish. Like it's good. Definitely be bullish on Salesforce. Great looking chart in all time frames. Nice. All right, Workday. Workday is below our moving averages. It's looking a little bit weaker. So Workday has not been working for the bulls as well as many might hope, but possibly this is our bouncing area around the 222. We are going to have to just see if you do turn off kind of all of these moving averages. They can sometimes bias you. I was talking to some people about that a little while ago. They can sometimes bias you because this could be a nice double bottom right here. And then this will be the bigger double bottom on a bigger time frame. Is that a good drawing? I think it's pretty good. So that wasn't terrible. All right, it was pretty bad. So buying half of this candle on the gap down over here worked magnificently. So if you just set up your limit order, left it open for a lot of days, probably more. Oh, it's over earnings. You probably wouldn't have done that. It looks good that we did gap down and we are just moving a little bit higher on the shorter term time frame. Targets would be up in the 240 region if you have this. Possibly sell some covered calls once we get up here and sell them up in the 250 region. Maybe work next month. Yeah, exactly. Maybe this thing will start working at some point, but not today. Yeah, nice. That's on Workday. Pretty sideways. Not anything setting up right now. I don't know if anyone requested this one. I put it on my list just because it's looking pretty good. We are gapping above today's candle, which was a pretty high volume bearish candle. So depending on where we open, if we look at the let me move this out of the way. If we look at the after hours, we did run up. Yeah, so if we opened above here, that would be excellent. If we open above 47.60, that would be great, but we probably won't. So watch for this in opens. This one I would more day trade than swing trade. It's could have a nice bullish gap and go if for the day trade. On the swing trade, I would wait a little bit on this one and see what it does tomorrow, see what kind of candle we get. If we do gap up and we hold that gap, then I would look to play it bullish. Not sure that we will. Just looking at this chart, I have not played Dave & Buster's in a minute or two. I remember playing this one back when it was very inexpensive, but it did get wrecked. We are back to our regular Dave & Buster's levels though. So Dave & Buster's has basically recovered to pre-pandemic levels. It was in a little bit of a downtrend ever since it hit this 71 peak. I think it's the peak, hold on. Probably, yeah, this 71 peak. We did downtrend for a little bit and we are back up at that level. So Dave & Buster's could be a good gap for day trading. Put this one on your list if you're watching it. Could be nice. So we will see how that one opens. Cat was another one requested. Let's take a look. Cat, huge bearish candle today with volume. I'm not sure if there was news on this one or not. Let's see. I would definitely wait to buy this one at 222. It has been in a very nice trend. So I think the dip is buyable on this. Realistically, it doesn't even have to have news to have this kind of sell off when you're up so much. I mean, we're really only going to be down 10% after just going straight up since pandemic lows. I mean, this thing just went nice and bullish, 153%, just slow and steady over time. So we don't need to have a giant sell-off on Caterpillar because we aren't going straight up. I mean, a lot of these tech stops basically went 150% in weeks. This thing has taken a year. It is looking good as far as just a nice steady trend. So we hit the 50 a couple times along the way here, once, twice, 3, 4 times or so, and we broke through it today. And we haven't hit the 100 since COVID. June of last year, June 15th, 5 days from now last year. So 360 days ago, we hit the 100 simple moving average. And so, yeah, if you're looking to buy it off the blue line, I think that's a very viable plan. Definitely have your stops in place, your protective puts in place if you're going to be doing that. But this one's a nice trend and it hasn't hit the 100 in a while. So look to pick up a share or two there if you're liking Cat. Looks good to me. What's up, Hector? How you doing? You missed the opening wrap. That's okay. It'll be here tomorrow. So just be here at 3 o'clock. Wait, no, sorry. My time. It's 5 Eastern. I should know. It's in the wrap. 5 Eastern on Zoom. Come on. Come on, Yates. Get it together. Yeah, so Cat looks good. Watch for that buy. The next one on the list would be Starbucks. Starbucks looks nice. I forget who requested this one. Could have been Mike possibly. I'm not sure. Starbucks has a nice little pennant pattern here. We did gap down and we could, we're not gapping after hours or anything. If we do, we could definitely fill this gap. So look for it to move up into 112 or so. That would be nice. 113, 112, 113 before moving higher. We do have this double bottom shape again with a gap down and a hammer-ish candle, not really a perfect hammer or anything. Then we've had some inside days after that. So if we can start to move up, I like Starbucks bullish. Again, nice trend on this one. It's one that is dip buyable. It is Starbucks. They sell coffee and a lot of it. So they do things, they sell things immediately. So could be a possible stock that is decent for inflation. We'll have to see on that one. But it didn't. I would like it better if we did hit this 100 again, because just like that, we have not hit it then. Yep, June 15th or so. So hasn't hit the 100 in a long time. And it would be nice to get back down into that region. I would like it better at 108, 109. So if we do make that bigger double bottom on a bigger time frame, I would like that, but we don't have to. Can we just move up out of here and crush higher? Absolutely. How much more expensive can those lattes get? a lot, like so much more expensive. But I don't drink coffee luckily. $10 a latte for the small. I don't know what the small is called. It's like Starbucks sacrilege to call it small, right? Like that's not allowed. They wouldn't let me in the door for that. Yeah, just a little shot of coffee, $10. I did actually take a 5-hour energy before this today, just so I didn't fall asleep on y'all. And yeah, just have a lot of silence with my face on the keyboard, typing the letters into the chat. What's up? What's up, Cindy? How you doing? A little bit of sleep. Not actually that bad. Everyone says that when you have a kid, it's like you never sleep again, but yeah, there's less sleep involved, you could say. I'm doing great though. Doing great. Little Kiara is the best. So AMC, we are selling off a little bit. If you got this, if you rode this one up, congratulations. You rock. I did not, because I'm kind of dumb and I didn't play this one even a little bit. So sweet gains to be had. Also, be real careful. They don't do much for the first week. That is true. They don't. AMC, I wouldn't be buying this one. I wouldn't be buying the dips on this one. Possibly if I mean, there's going to be premium. You could sell premium down here pretty low on AMC. I don't think we just go directly back down to this $10 level. It's going to take a little bit of time on this. So, and if you want to buy the dips, certainly do so. This candle right here, I reviewed a few times. I did an Instagram video on it. Such a good gap when we gapped up above here. So if you want to try to buy that dip again when we get down in this 37 region, you certainly could. Yeah, got some PP hands. Yeah, paper hands. That would be me on AMC, the paperest of hands. I'd have my stops real snug. The snuggest of stops on AMC is what I'd be rocking right now. So yeah, I mean, awesome gap, really good technical analysis on this day, and we've done nothing but move inside this 38 to $74 candle. So easy to move inside that. Yeah, on AMC, be careful buying it. Careful selling it too, for sure. It could squeeze some more and it could easily go higher. So everyone, going back to everyone on this day here on the 28th of May thought that it could not go any higher, and this was the top, and we should short it with all of our money, and they got wreck-zilled here on June 2nd. So careful. 10 cent has done nothing but sell off since the I forget the news. Was that the hedge fund blow up? Yeah, I think so. It is definitely trying to bottom here. Let's look at this on a bigger time frame. Yeah, I mean, this certainly is where you would want to look at buying in this region somewhere where we have all of this support. I think, yeah, Bill, good old Bill, crushed him. I mean, what a chart just in one day. Just a cool 50% sell off in his liquidation event. Yeah, 10 cent just got smoked. But now would be the time if you were buying off of the 200 just right after this they got wanged, then yes, I think you could. That was look to just tiptoeing here. I mean, we have a lot of days where we are making higher lows. I like to see that when I'm watching for any kind of bottom. We don't want to see any of these levels start to break down. So look for these trend lines to hold up. Look for this to start moving higher off of these double bottoms, this rounding pattern. This is what a stock should look like when it double bottoms and when it is just bottoming. Our RSI was really low here. This day and this day were good buy spots. So let's look for this one to move higher. It looks like it could be good, but you're going to be waiting a while for this. I mean, targets would definitely be 17. Targets would be 19. If you're in way up here at 21 or something, definitely be selling covered calls when we get up to those 50 and those in that 200, because it's going to be a hot minute or two until you can get out of this one for a profit, because everyone over here is so trapped that if we get up here a little ways, they're going to sell. So Sell cover calls against it. Be real patient. Try to lower your cost average on TME as much as you can. So, all right, I got to hustle. 10 minutes left. Let's see. GAN looks kind of same thing. We have a really nice support here that we are bouncing off of. So GAN is just going to accumulate a little bit. We did have that huge run up, huge run down, and some night. It's bouncing off the 10 pretty nicely with yesterday's candle. We did break down a little bit today though. So if we can get up above this 50, I like GAN. If you're in GAN, look for it to get up to this $20 level and possibly sell some cover calls against it. On these, I am saying just sell cover calls because if you're in it and these have had these huge drops, we're going to see some sideways movement on most of these. So just collect as much premium as you can as we get those sideways movement is probably the play. So that's GAN. Let's look at ADMS. ADMS Pharmaceuticals doesn't get much more, I don't know, something than this. Sideways, down, wiki. I don't like it. It's a rough looking chart. If you're in it, it does have kind of a downward trend line here, a triangle pattern happening. So see if we can break out above some of these wicks. We did get some volume yesterday. Yesterday we did close above that. So we possibly can move higher, but this chart is not my favorite looking chart. I mean, if we scroll out here quickly, yuck! What a mess. I don't know this. What a rough chart. I mean, why? Just why? I'm speechless. I don't know. If you're playing this one and you're trying to play the bottom of it, be careful. Just accumulate slowly. It could, if you have time and you really wanted to hold this one, we could honestly, this could be the bottom. You could have had the bottom in and at COVID lows, and you actually quadrupled your money by now. This was $1.50 or so, and we're back at $5. So there's definitely moves to be made, money to be made on these things, but you just gotta be careful. So that is ADMS. BBIG, another little bit of a rough looking stock. This one definitely can move though. If you're looking to play it, possibly look for this gap fill. I do like that a lot, or buying right off of this 407 price range. The volume in this one is decent. So these last few days at least, yeah, it's pretty decent on this. So good volume. Look for it to come down into the 350s, but also into the 411 range on this one. So it could be nice. I mean, this one really does move. We had that really good gap up, really good volume. So looks great. I like it. Pretty good, pretty okay looking chart. It could be a nice mover. This could set up for a nice swing, although we could have just put in a high here for a little while. All right, SQ bouncing off the 200 simple moving average like a boss, retesting this neckline that it put in, possible little double bottoming here, and hopefully, possibly, maybe moving higher for the bulls. This one did have a decent sell-off and is just kind of chopping sideways here for a little while, but I do like it at these levels. So if you're looking to pick up a little bit of square, I'd tiptoe in. We certainly could move lower on this one since we are so high. Again, buying at this level, this 192 level, was you're a boss if you did. I don't think I did. I bought at 200. So yeah, just a little bit at 200 and just keep accumulating a little bit if you like this company longer term. I think it looks good. So square, nice chart pattern, nice double bottom, nice retest of the neckline. You could play this if we do gap up. We did put in almost not quite an inside day candle. We do close above yesterday though. So we could put in some nice movement here to the 50 and again the 200. So just watch for that one. It looks pretty decent on the weekly as well with this bounce off the 50. So probably will take a little while and we could move down again and consolidate and make this double bottom on a bigger time frame, but I like it. Be bullish on where LOW. Lows is, let me go to the daily on this one. Lows, I like lows at the 200. I like it better. I think I said this last time. I like it better if we pull down all the way into this 180 region. Will we? I'm not totally positive. This thing did have a huge run up. I really like it at 178. That's where I would want to be buying it. I can even do this at an alert and save that, so it'll let me know. I like it there a lot better. If you're wanting to get in this one pretty badly, look to buy a little bit of 184 and then possibly 178. And you could do a pyramid where it was 172 was your third leg of your pyramid. That one would look good. I do like that. And I might even set that up. So we'll see. Lowe's is looking good. It's in a good trend and it's in a good sector right now. So I like that. If you're looking for a quicker swing on this one, if we do break out above these two candles, look to buy a retest on it and take this one a little bit higher up into this 200 level. So that looks pretty good on Lowe's. Tesla is just chop city. We are moving a little bit sideways, putting in a little bit of a trend line right here. So we do have somewhat of a trend line coming in right there. It is just a big triangle as well. I mean, we are having a triangle here. If we do break down, look for it to come at least down to this 500 range. That would be nice. If we do break out, I think we could move up into this, possibly the 700s right up here. So watch that one on Tesla. If you're if you're wanting to sell covered calls and break out, I would probably do so. I think we move more sideways on Tesla for a little while. And if you want limit buys, I would put those in a little bit lower. Everyone did get faked out though on this candle, and we just did move higher. So I like that we closed above it, and we have regained the 200, and that the other moving averages are starting to be bullish. 510, 420, 69 says Hector. I mean, if it gets down there, yeah. I mean, I have an alert at 403, so we'll see if that one ever fills. Luckily, I have premium trading view, so I can just leave that open for years and see what happens. Yeah, it would be good if we pulled back a little bit on Tesla, but we certainly don't have to. We did try to sell off here, and we didn't. We have just moved higher. So a break up looks good, and a breakdown looks decent for a buying opportunity, or possibly a quick short if you're wanting to. It looks good. So I like that. Microsoft is our steady upward trending stock. This thing just is kind of a slow and steady powerhouse upward mover. I dips on it. It looks good. We do have an unfilled retest gap right here at 245. That one probably will fill, so you could put some orders in down here if you want it on a longer term basis. If you're just buying a quick dip, wanted to be in a quick swing, possibly 252. I mean, this thing is strong. We did hit the 100 over here. We almost bounced off at these three candles right there. So we could easily come in at new all-time highs. We're gapping up right now. This is a retest gap, so look to play a little bit of a retest if you're day trading it and for it to move higher. If you're wanting to buy it on a quick swing, I'd buy it at 255. So why am I not in this, says Zach? Yeah, I mean, it's just, well, because it only moves straight up, Zach, and you don't like stocks that only go straight higher and do nothing else but move higher. And just look, it's not even on my chart anymore. It's gone. It left. Microsoft has left the chart. All right, blue. Over there. All right, blue. I think I just inverted the Microsoft chart, and so now it's just Microsoft, but reversed. Blue is possibly bottoming here. Let's see. Auto. Let's see. Okay, massive gap down on blue. Bluebird Bio. That is another reason why I don't play biotechs. So 40% down on that thing. We did close not above this candle. We closed above the body of this candle today. We are above this 100. So can this be the bottom? And we have a nice hammer here with nice volume. Not the best wick on that hammer. So not necessarily the best location, but not the worst either. If you're playing a hammer, I'd give it like a 4 out of 10, maybe a 3.8. But this one could certainly start to move up higher a little bit. I would try to buy the retest if you're looking to get in blue. Possibly try to get in around 31.14 is where I'd want to buy this thing. So blue is going to take a little bit of time to recover. unless we just have another gap for whatever news it is, and they just gap back up and fill this gap with a 40% gap with an island reversal down here. That'd be pretty sweet. Then I'd like this one. So watch that one if you're in it. LAZR, LAZR, Laser Technologies, Luminar. LAZR would be better, but this one again, is this a SPAC or something? A 300% run up, and then the old sell off for months. Yeah, could be. We are putting in a little bit of a possible bottoming pattern. Here's the trend line. If we break this, I wouldn't want to be in it anymore. I would want to buy it off of this. If you're looking at LAZR and you want to buy it, I'd try to buy it right about there, possibly with my stop down here. So, but you are trying to call the bottom on this one. So I would be a little bit quick to get out, and I'd get out of at least a portion at 25, which is basically a 1 hour trade. So not too bad on a shorter term swing. I think it looks decent. But let me look at this on the weekly. Yeah, I mean, that trade looks decent. I would, if you're taking a swing, that's also kind of playing this hammer. If you wanted to move it down a little bit to that 50 and that 21 level, we'll see if we get down there. I like that play. Target one, I would actually take. Take this for just the partial, and then I'd take this target two. So I'd play LAZR. Something like that would be what I'd be looking at for it. So decent looking charts for a little swing on it. So, all right, well, that is all the tickers today. Only 1 minute over for me, so pretty decent. What tickers do you guys have for me tomorrow? Where is Friday? Do I even have a Friday? I don't. Wait, it's Thursday. I don't have a Friday because Matt's always doing Friday. So hold on, give me a second. Don't give me tickers. I need a new list. Friday, save, add. All right, Wish, AYX, PTON, ARCB, AMD. All right, JP Morgan, AB&B, Joan, the official swing trade, CHWY, DKNG. Thank you guys. ONEM, MRNA, Spot, Uber, CVAC. All right, perfect. So yeah, we will look at all of these tomorrow afternoon. And if you have any others, just throw them in Slack for me. I'm sure I can add some more to get for you guys all today. So thanks, Hector. Thanks, Tage. Thanks, everyone, for being here. It was my pleasure. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see all of you lovely folks tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Bye.